Hello and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. You're watching Verdict 2016 with me, Frank Pereira. Here are today's Verdict headlines. Election Commission of India imposes a ban on conducting exit polls between April 4th and May 16th. Ban to be in place in the 4 states and 1 union territory going to polls during the period. BJP President Amit Shah to launch NDA's Kerala campaign on April 9th from Pathamthitta. Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with his cabinet ministers also expected to campaign for the party in the state. We throw the spotlight on 2 high-profile constituencies in Assam where the stakes are really high for the contenders. Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi and the BJP Sarbananda Sonowal will be fighting for political survival. Well, the Election Commission of India has imposed a ban on conducting exit polls between April 4th and May 16th in the 4 states and 1 union territory going to polls during the period. According to the provisions of Section 126A of the Representation of the People's Act of 1951, exit polls cannot be conducted and publicized by means of print or electronic media or dissemination in any other manner starting from 7 a.m. on April 4th to 6:30 p.m. on May 16th. The statement further added, displaying any election matter in any electronic media would be prohibited during 48 hours ending with the hour fixed for conclusion of poll in each of the phases. Assam will vote on April 4th and 11th, West Bengal on April 4th, 11th, 17th, 21st, 25th, 30th and May the 5th. Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry will go to the polls on May 16th. Counting of votes in all 5 states will take place on May 19th. Meanwhile, the election timings for Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry are between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. The timings for West Bengal and Assam would be a little different depending on the topography of the constituency and the security situation. Well, BJP President Amit Shah will launch the campaign for the NDA in Kerala on April 9th. State BJP spokesperson J.R. Padmakumar confirmed that Shah will start his campaign at Pathamthitta on the 4 p.m. on the 9th. Apart from Shah, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his cabinet colleagues and Deputy Chief Minister of Goa, Francis D'Souza, are also slated to arrive in Kerala to campaign for the BJP in the state. The party is yet to open its account in the 140-member Kerala Assembly. However, it is heartened by recent poll results. It doubled the total number of seats in last year's local body polls as compared to its performance in the 2010 polls. In the 2014 Lok Sabha polls, the BJP's vote share for the first time touched double digits at 10.83%, up from 6% in the 2011 Assembly polls. The state unit of the BJP has fielded its top leadership and has also managed to rope in former Indian cricketer S. Srishant, who will contest from the Thiruvananthapuram Assembly constituency. Well, let's now go across live to Assam, where our correspondent has prepared a special segment for us from one of the key constituencies, Majuli. Let's listen in.
Right now, we are on the banks of Brahmaputra River in Jorhat district of Assam. Approximately 20 kilometers from here, bang in the middle of this mighty river, is situated Asia's largest river island, Majuli. Majuli is perhaps the only assembly constituency which is shrinking in size due to floods and constant threat of soil erosion. Today, we'll take you to this river island to take stock of the election issues and the mood of people out there.
People and vehicles are both jostling for space on this ferry, which is all set to leave the banks of the Brahmaputra. The destination is the middle of this mighty river, the cultural hotspot of Assam and the largest river island, Majuli. This ride may seem very adventurous to the tourists, but for the residents of Majuli, this ferry ride is the only link to the outside world. It is the ferry that helps people get items of daily need and also seek medical assistance. While a one-way ride for passengers costs 20 rupees, the charges for taking vehicles on board is much more. The first ferry for Majuli leaves the banks of the Brahmaputra from the Jorhat side at 8 a.m. And for those wanting to leave Majuli for the mainland, the deadline is 3:30 p.m. The locals narrate their ordeal, describing how lack of alternate means of commuting has left them helpless.
हाँ यही जरिया है नाव से आने जाने का जरिया है कोई उसके उपाय नहीं है आप हर 1.5 घंटा 2 घंटा बीच एक नाव आता है लगभग आज़ादी होने का 50 साल से गुजर गया अभी तक माजुली पे कोई मतलब ये फोकस नहीं दिया
फेरी का सर्विस भी तो 2 टाइम ही है सुबह आता है तो शाम को मतलब दोपहर का वापस जाता है तो 20 का टाइम जो होता है उसमें फेरी नहीं है पुल अगर बन जाए तो क्या बात होगा तो जब चाहे आ सकता हो जब चाहे जा सकता हूँ
মাজুলী আহিবৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ বহুত অসুবিধা আছে এই অসুবিধাৰ কাৰণে আমাৰ চৰকাৰে যদি আমাক কিবা সুবিধা কৰি দিব পাৰে আমাৰ ৰাইজে গোটেইখিনি সুবিধা পাই যেন
Majuli, which means land between two parallel rivers, is located in Upper Assam. The villages of the island are inhabited by amiable tribal folk, mostly belonging to the Mizing tribe from Arunachal Pradesh. Apart from them, the dwellers are also from Deori and Sonowal Kacharis tribes. Houses on this river island are mostly made of traditional bamboo and mud. However, with changing times, concrete construction has also come up in a big way. The locals are now pressing for a bridge to connect their home to the mainland.
বহুত অসুবিধা কাৰণ ফেৰী দি আহিব লাগে সময়মতে আমি ফেৰীও নাপাওঁ আহি বহুত টাইম ৰৈ থাকিব লাগে আকৌ ইপাৰে আহি আকৌ গাড়ী প্ৰব্লেম হ'ব খোৱা চকাৰ কাৰণে বহুত প্ৰব্লেম হয় আমাৰ
Majuli has been the seat of Vaishnavite culture for centuries, now making it the cultural hotspot of Assam.
Majuli has been the site of pilgrimage for the Vaishnavite followers since the age of Ahom rulers. There are several monasteries known as satras, resembling those of medieval times. These are headed by satradhikaris and teach Vaishnavism and also hold an immense wealth of Vaishnavite scriptures.
Vaishnavism was introduced here by Srimanta Shankaradeva in the 15th century. Each Shastra has their own speciality, with some preaching the Vaishnavite way of life by taking the oath of celibacy, while others promoting different dance and art forms such as mask making.
ये तो जो वैष्णव परंपराएं हैं यहाँ का जो ये तो हमारा सिर्फ कृष्ण की उपासना व्यवस्थित होते हैं और वैष्णव व्यवस्था में समाज को पूरा एकत्रित और भी है कि वो कला के माध्यम से समाज को संस्कार करना वो व्यवस्थित करना व्यवस्थित है हमारा
The Satradhikaris wield enormous influence among the local people, and some of them were once said to be against plans to construct a bridge to connect Majuli with the mainland. However, now during the election season, they are supporting the demand of the locals for a bridge on the Brahmaputra river, though they say it has got nothing to do with politics.
नहीं वो तो हमारा पूरा माजुली के समाज अभी पोल के काम अच्छा से ध्यान से सबसे मांगने का व्यवस्थित भी है हम तो खुद नितिन गडकरी जी से बात करके वो पुल के बनाने के व्यवस्थित करें ये कोई राजनीतिक लेना देना नहीं है किंतु केवल माजुली के आना जाने के लिए डेवलप के लिए पुल का जरूरी है
But it is also not only about ferries and the demand for a bridge. Majuli is also famous for its masks.
The river island Majuli is filled with rich cultural heritage. Pottery items and masks made by the locals out here is famous throughout the world. Foreign tourists spend days out here to understand the centuries-old tradition of making these masks and listen to the stories behind these masks.
These masks are purely handmade with natural ingredients, and each one of them carries a story which fascinates not only locals but foreign tourists too.
These masks are amazing. A lot of places they are very different from we call it the tourist other India because this is the northeast is a little bit different. Yes, different culture, different look of people.
The fact that they use it for theater and they still use it, and it's like a tradition, but it still happens to this day. And also that they make it like father to son. Every father teaches his son how to do it, and it's like second, third generation.
खासा बना लिया बेम्बो से, और इसका ऊपर फिर लगाया हो तो कपड़ा, कटन कपड़ा, क्ले का साथ, पोटरी क्ले जो है ना, पोटरी क्ले का साथ ये लगाया हुआ, और ये सूखने के बाद फिर शेप देना होगा कैरेक्टर का साथ, पूरा हाथ का काम है, ये कोई दूसरा चीज से नहीं होगा। कैरेक्टर कंप्लीट होने के बाद फिर आएगा कटन कपड़ा, क्ले का साथ लगा कर फिनिशिंग देना होगा।
It is also for the local art and craft to thrive that the construction of the bridge becomes a major issue in the upcoming assembly elections. While outgoing Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi tried but failed to get this project going, BJP's chief ministerial candidate Sarbananda Sonowal played a masterstroke when a few months before the elections he got Union Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari to lay the foundation for a bridge over the Brahmaputra to the island from Jorhat.
With BJP fielding its chief ministerial candidate Sarbanand Sonowal from Majuli, the river island, known for its rich cultural heritage, has not only become the hotbed of political activity, but this has also raised the hopes of local people who have been struggling to cope up with several problems.
Sonowal, who is a member of the Sonowal Kachari tribal community, is hoping to unseat sitting Congress MLA Rajiv Lochan Pegu. Sonowal's candidature from Majuli also brought the Prime Minister for campaigning, another first for this river island.
उम्मीद तो है हमारे ऊपर, वो तो नए युवा का पीढ़ी है, उनसे हमका चीफ मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेट बनेगा तो बहुत अच्छा ही होगा। माजुली के जो समस्या है, जो पुल बनने वाला है, वो तो बन सकते हैं।
Having a chief ministerial candidate seems to have made the election interesting for the locals, but the big question is whether this excitement will turn into votes for Sonowal. Another worry here is that the island is now shrinking at a rapid rate due to floods and soil erosion, and this is a major source of concern for the inhabitants.
Located in the lap of mighty and unstable Brahmaputra, the Majuli island is now facing the grave threat of constant soil erosion by the gigantic river itself. With large chunk of land mass being eroded every year, the original size of this island, which was recorded 1100 square kilometers in 1853, has now shrunk to almost half of it.
Every year, the floods and the resulting soil erosion render hundreds of locals homeless. And the worst affected are those who earn their living by making pottery from beaten clay burnt in driftwood-fired kilns.
মাটি খন্দাটো বন্ধ কৰিছে, অতীজৰ পৰা চলি আহিছে, ভৱিষ্যত কি হ'ব ক'ব নোৱাৰোঁ। বৰ্তমান এতিয়া আচল মাটিটো পাব নাই, এইটো হ'লে আমাৰ ডুপ্লিকেট মাটি। আগৰ যিটো আচল মাটি খানে নহয়, সেইটো এইটো পেলাই দিয়ে মাটি, এতিয়া সেইটো মাটি পাবলৈ নাই।
Experts say though soil erosion has taken place over a long period, the phenomenon has gained pace in the last few years.
Erosion of soil from the uphill stream. All those soils will come to the river beds, basically to river Brahmaputra, which is why Brahmaputra bed has risen. It doesn't have the capacity to hold the water as it had earlier. Earlier the erosion problem was not there much, flood problem was not there much.
Both the centre and state governments have strived to solve the erosion problem for the last 3 decades, but have failed to achieve desired results. With the situation becoming grave with each passing year, experts say more innovative and scientific methods will have to be put to use.
So Majuli has been affected basically because of the entire riverbed system becoming, so one of the best, I think in a massive way we have to go to tackle this. Maybe we will have to start desilting the river maybe from 50 kilometers ahead and 50 kilometers down Majuli. These days, so many crops that will protect the erosion. Different plantations are there. All those things will also have to be simultaneously tried.
The river island is also hoping to bag the World Heritage Site tag, which will bring in more funds and help to resolve the problems of constant soil erosion.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but on the other side of this break, we'll focus on Titabar constituency, which is the constituency of Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
India perpetually in election mode, pointed out as a hurdle to development. Is Prime Minister Modi's suggestion of simultaneous elections for all an answer? And is this legally and practically feasible? Watch The Big Picture at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. Now we'll take you to another high-profile constituency in Assam, Titabar. Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi is seeking re-election from Titabar Assembly constituency for the 4th consecutive term. And giving him a tough challenge is BJP MP from Jorhat, Kamakhya Prasad Tasa. So let's have a look at the election scenario in Titabar constituency.
Located at a distance of 25 kilometers from the district headquarters, Jorhat is home to another VIP constituency, Titabar. Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi is in the fray since 2001 for the 4th term in a row. The BJP is fielding a heavyweight against him. It's MP from Jorhat, Kamakhya Prasad Tasa, which of course makes Titabar a key constituency in these elections. While in power, Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi set up a coordination committee of local leaders to manage the affairs of his constituency. The BJP is now accusing this committee of not having done much and the Chief Minister of not devoting enough time to his constituency.
उन्होंने विधानसभा के यहाँ से चुनाव जीत गया, मुख्यमंत्री बन गया, लेकिन विधानसभा के जितने हमारे लोगों ने वोट डाला है, इन मतदाताओं के साथ वो मिलने के लिए समय और फुर्सत देते ही नहीं। तो उसको लीज में दे दिया 2-4 लोगों को। उन्नयन कमेटी बनाया और कमेटी के अध्यक्ष महामंत्री जिन लोग हैं, उन लोग तो गगई जी के पास जाने के लिए लोगों को चांस ही नहीं देते हैं। तो अपना मन की जो बात है कहने के लिए अपना विधानसभा के सदस्य के पास जाकर खोली बात करना चाहता है लोग, लेकिन आज तक ऐसा मौका नहीं मिला।
Chief Minister, he is having no time to look after the constituency properly. Because he is the Chief Minister, he will have to look after whole Assam. For looking after these activities, his in constituency, he constituted one coordination committee, such that he can look after, he can take care of their scheme, he can take care of their development activities properly. But opposite party people, definitely they will say that they, from opposite side people, from opposite party people, they can, actually those people, they like to enter in this coordination committee. But opposite party people, this is it is a problem to enter them. Only because of that, they are saying that for the coordination committee, they are not doing properly.
Titabar constituency has a mixed population of tea plantation workers, the Tengal Kachari tribe and other communities.
Tea garden workers, known as tea community, constitutes approximately 40% of the voters in Titabar constituency and is thus expected to play a decisive role in these assembly elections. Therefore, both Congress and BJP are trying their best to woo this crucial chunk of voters.
The tea community has its own set of problems, and many say that though some work has been accomplished in the last 15 years, a lot remains to be done, specifically basic amenities like electricity supply and health facilities.
देखिए ये तो चीफ मिनिस्टर का जगह है, उसका इलाका है, फिर भी हम लोग का आज तक हम लोग को मजदूर लोग में इतना मजबूरी से है क्योंकि हम लोग को बिजली भी नहीं मिल रहा है। इतना दफे उन लोग को हम लोग दरखास्त किया, कितना जनाया, रिपोर्ट किया, उसका पास भी गया, बड़ा बड़ा जो लीडर लोग हैं उनका पास, किंतु कुछ फायदा नहीं दिया हमको। आज तक हम लोग अंधकार में है।
The younger generation is more concerned about the lack of employment opportunities.
यूथ का जो टी कम्युनिटी के यूथ जो जितने हैं एम्प्लॉय अनएम्प्लॉय है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यूथ अपना शिक्षित है, लेकिन उन लोगों का नौकरी का कोई व्यवस्था नहीं है। 15 साल हो गया है तरुण गोगोई जी का। और दूसरा है रास्ता, अभी जहाँ भी आप जाकर देखिए टी कम्युनिटी का जो रास्ता है वो कच्चा है, लेकिन मेन रास्ता बन गया है, लेकिन जो गांव में रास्ता है वो नहीं हुआ है।
With the BJP's candidate Kamakya Prasad Tasa belonging to the tea community, the electoral contest has become more interesting. While the BJP is trying to cash in on the resentment of the community, the Congress says a lot has been done for their welfare.
तासा ऐसा एक आदमी है और चाय बागान में जैसा है उनका पॉपुलैरिटी गांव में भी ऐसा ही है। अभी यहाँ जो हमारे आसपास बैठे हैं खड़े हैं लोग, उनमें से कम 4-5 लोग होगा चाय बागान का, बाकी सब गांव का है, देहात का है। लेकिन आप वो अगर यहाँ पहुंच जाए ना, आप देखेगा कि लोग कितना मतलब उल्लासित हो जाते हैं उनको देखते ही।
Tea community also there is some development councils. Apart from our autonomous council, we have only 6 satellite autonomous councils. Apart from those councils, we have 18 development council, particularly for community-wise. There's Ahom Development Council, Sutia Development Council, Tree Types Development Councils, Motok Development Councils, then the Goria Development Councils, Kus Development Council, Natjugi Development Council, 18 development councils are there. Equally, they are doing their activities in their respective areas.
But it's not just the tea community. The most basic need for survival, water too, is at the center stage.
Water has emerged as a big issue in these assembly elections in Titabar. The constituency has a high concentration of arsenic in groundwater, and the people of this area are now demanding a permanent solution to this problem.
During his previous term, Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi set up a huge water project to solve the problem by supplying treated river water from the Doyang and Dhanshri rivers. The Greater Titabar water supply scheme, costing approximately 200 crores, has however not satisfied local residents.
In last 15 years, Assam CM Tarun Gogoi representing Titabar. But unfortunately, the people are still waiting for taking arsenic-free pure drinking water. And in this election, people of Titabar are ready to vote for pure arsenic-free drinking water. It totally affects the total health condition of the people of Titabar. It totally affects the health standard of people of Titabar as a whole.
ये एक्चुअली आर्सेनिक जो ये एक तरह का वायरस है यहाँ पे, एक्चुअली वो स्लो पॉइजनिंग पानी में एक्चुअली होता है, जैसे फ्लोराइड रहते हैं उसी तरह आर्सेनिक भी है, लेकिन ये स्लो पॉइजनिंग होता है। एक्चुअली यहाँ पे सन 2011 पे ही यहाँ पे मतलब आर्सेनिक का मतलब यहाँ पे पता चला कि तीताबर का जो जितना भी पानी है, अंदर में जितना पानी है वहाँ पे आर्सेनिक है। उसी सिलसिले में मतलब जब मतलब आया उसके बाद ये मतलब लेबोरेटरी बनाया है, लेकिन लेबोरेटरी बनवाने के बाद भी कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ आदमी लोगों को, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक प्रोजेक्ट भी बनाया है जो यहाँ पे फर्स्ट 2011 में जो यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट आया, कांग्रेस का गवर्नमेंट आया। कांग्रेस का गवर्नमेंट आने के बाद यहाँ का सीएम ने तीताबर का ये जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी है इसका मतलब लोकल एमएलए है, तो लोकल एमएलए ने वहाँ पे मतलब ये एशिया का सबसे बिगेस्ट वाटर प्रोजेक्ट यहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट किया, लेकिन जो इम्प्लीमेंट किया 100 करोड़ मतलब खर्च करके, लेकिन बाद में जाके अभी भी इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हुआ।
आर्सेनिक का वजह से आदमी का दिल का मरीज हो गया, आंखों का मरीज बन गया, ये सारा स्किन का डिजीज आ गया, सबका सब हो रहा है। लेकिन ये कंस्टिट्यूएंसी सीएम का कंस्टिट्यूएंसी है, तो यहाँ ये शुरू किया, बस शुरू ही किया, सारा के सारा पैसा खा गया।
The BJP is once again using this as a handle to corner Gogoi, while the Congress terms it as an achievement.
1,20,00,000 खर्च करके आर्सेनिक मुक्त पानी पिलाने के लिए जो कसम लिया था वो विफल हो गया। दूसरी बात है, जो अनएम्प्लॉयड यूथ को सेटलमेंट के लिए यहाँ एक ITI बनाया था, घर बन गया लेकिन क्लास शुरू नहीं हुआ।
People say, generally opposite party people, they say that we are not getting the water, but they are getting. But there's some technical problem is there. Definitely it will be rectified, and it is doing now. So first scheme in Assam, definitely there should be some technical default, but it can be rectified. No problem. It is not a major problem.
While Gogoi and his party workers are confident of a fourth win in Titabar, the BJP is banking on its candidate's origins in the tea community and an alliance with the AGP that stood second in the previous elections.
So this was our election special from the state of Assam. We'll come back again with more news and updates. Till then, keep watching Rajya Sabha Television.